Welcome back to Indian Trace. I think I'll probably title this Old Show. Now, all the North American Indian artifacts that we find are definitely old. All of them. Far more, every single one of them, than 400 to 500 years. Far more than that. That's where it begins. That's where the end of the Stone Age happened. But these, Old Show, and check out this. These are what, at least to me, and I have no, I don't take the time to move into studying deeply the dispensations. You pick it up here and there and you get an idea of how old things are. But these that you're looking at here, I put in a bin. In that bin, it's sort of a feel. Sort of feels older than the rest of them. And I really go by feel. And so some of these may well be young points, but I think most everything you're going to be looking at here is far older than 4000 BC. And so we're just going to take a little look at these in groups and look at this group and have a little chat about it. I wanted to put this video up for display. I have been out, I have been finding, there's been some good stuff, but we've been in a drought, so we'll just let that go. And it happens. But inevitably where I live, the rain will return. We have some dirt ready. Look at the materials though. Morrow Mountain here. It's a great point to give you an idea of the size of these. These are all 2 inches solid. Maybe just a little bit over. A couple pieces right here from the Falcon, both of them. Old show of points. Great pieces though. And I also wanted to encourage you to make sure you check out the link today. Black Pigeon Speaks is one of the alternative news journalists that I listen to. He is well educated, in many aspects self-taught. He studies out his politics and his social science and just really puts out some fantastic reports and just so educational. I think if anything you will really get a lot out of it and enjoy it. I mean, that's part of it, right? But nice piece right here. I even like the bigger one from the Falcon. Old show. You see the contrast of the stone. And it's not just because of the type of stone that I think that these are slightly older than all the different rhyolite pieces I find. And some rhyolite here and all the different quartz pieces I find, because I know they must have used the same materials for the quartz and everything. But some of our points, and I mean, you know that a Guilford Yuma, like this one, is heading back there towards 6000 BC. Very possibly older. But these, I take guesses at. I mean, there's a Guilford round here. This is actually sugar quartz material. Found at Smoke Alley. If you could feel it, it's right on the edge of sort of a quartzite, sugar quartz. Look at that. They left the hump right there. It didn't matter to them. They'd hafted in. But you can definitely see a point like this, commissioned by the strength of an Indian hunter. No doubt about that. But anyway, the community here is good, moves forward. I am impressed continually as I do homework. And when I say homework, it means that I go back to your channels. I go back to every channel that I have subscribed to, and then some others, to check out every single video and every single find they've ever made so that I can listen and I can learn. Just from the aspects of certain things they share about hunting and about finding artifacts. This is probably one of the newest finds that I made here at the Cove, and that was filmed, so I won't spend a lot of time with that. This is probably one of the longest Morrow Mountains that I've ever found. Absolutely unique. Atlatl. Dart tip. Of course, it's perfectly fine in terms of context to call them all arrowheads. I don't get caught up with the fine details of it. That gives everybody a clear idea. I mean, when you find a shape like this is from the plateau. Everybody says, oh, Arrowhead, even though it was commissioned thousands of years before that with an Atlanta. It's okay. It's fine with me. We always pick up things. Look at these 2 points here from Site 5. One right here, serrated, from Mecca. And another that came right from the place right next door, which is from Opening Sands. This Opening Sands piece is beveled on both sides. On each side. Beveled down the side. Don't know if my focus is coming in. Beveled down the side. Discolored at the bottom. And this piece happens to be superly heavily ground. What does that mean? I do not know for sure. I know, of course, it helped with the hafting and getting it going and getting it ready. But look at that point closely. Old show to me. Unique stuff. So as I sail around, let me go up here. Getting to Site 4 in the archaic. A couple old Guilfords. Heavy duties. Now it doesn't matter once the tip was on there and once it was, you can see where they even relieved it. On such a thick piece, they still relieved it. Don't know if that's coming in. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Once they get it on there, they were plenty strong enough to commission these points. And with their weight and with the force, and you can see where they reduced it off the back of this piece. Completely unique materials. Just an old show of it. It delivered a payload. And these North American Indians, Rob and I were talking, I guarantee just because of the way they had to live, they were in many aspects, rotator cuff, arms, wrists, hands, immensely stronger than you and I. And, you know, many of us are hunters or many of us are fit, but they were still immensely stronger than you and I, just because of the life they had to live. And they would commission these and they would hunt to kill. So these things were moving. Look at these 2 pieces. Site 4. A really different type of rhyolite, in the sense that this rhyolite does not absorb oils or water. Regular rhyolite does absorb oil and water real well. This is more resistant to it. Don't know what that means. Very unique stuff. Piece found at the Saponi. This piece found at the Garden pretty recently, within this calendar year, at Morrow Mountain. Completely old show, at least to me. And I know where Morrow Mountain fits in, but these 2 pieces found at the same place, at the Garden. And look at this piece. Look how long the base is and relieved. Garden pieces. Unbelievable though. Old show. Look at how long the base is. That's very interesting to me. And this piece, self-explanatory. Just an awesome notch point. Highlighted on film from the Garden. Old show stuff, including those 2 centerpieces. So some of these, I guess in majority, I don't have a whole lot. I don't know what to think about them. All I can do is say they feel old. They feel like they fit in the same group, so I put them in the same bin and keep them there together, just for an old show. So I think that's a good show of it. I'll get the link up there. Really, Black Pigeon Speaks is the link. I think you'll like him. He's a great guy. Check it out. I think it does us well to pursue, to broaden ourselves in terms of what's going on around us for our family's sake, our children, in the future. You can make a difference. We, I think, would be shocked that together indeed we can make a difference. I think that was shown through this last year and a half as Americans in the United States of America. Don't let the mainstream media fool you into thinking some other way of thinking, some other small minority group is the majority. They are not. And that's for sure. They are not. So I guess that's a good look at it. From Indian Trace to all you out there, I hope you find. Be well out there. And go slow.